to last time. I've got it tacked in. We're fine up to there, but when I take it to this point, you can see it's ran in. So I am going to cut that and fix it. Right, I've got that re-tacked in to a point where I'm happy enough with it. So I'm going to go ahead and weld the whole shebang. And there's that bit welded in. It's a bit pigeon shit, but it's in and it's straight enough. So I'm going to clean that up and give it a second pass probably. And there it is, cleaned up. Looks quite good. It will need a second pass. And there it is, all cleaned up. It shall need a little skim of alloy just to give it a wee smooth over, but it's nothing drastic at all. So I'm going to get on with this edge now. And there's that bit welded up. Again, a bit more pigeon shit at the bottom, but it will all clean up. It'll maybe need a couple of passes. Right, I got that welded in and flushed off good enough. So now I'm going to progress with welding in the bottom, the spot welding it, and the spot welds at the top. And there that is, spot welded in. So I'll go ahead and clean them up and then take that end piece off. Right, I've got all those spot welds sanded down to a point that I'm happy enough with. Not really fussy so much at the bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and give that a couple of coats of primer now. While I'm waiting on paint drying, I'm just progressing with this bit, which you can see I've started drilling out the spot welds that hold the outrigger on. All I want is this floor piece, and then I'm going to take off this back piece as well because it's pretty knack up too. Right, so I got the outrigger off. Oh, you could tell by looking at that it wasn't an easy job, and my pile of rust. It's a nice day today, so I'm going to try and work as much in the sun as possible. So I'm going to carry on with this bit. As you can see, I've marked what spot welds I can find, so I'm going to get them drilled and try and find the other ones that are holding that bit on. Well, that wasn't a total pain to get off. So now that that's stripped out, I can see I've got repairs to do here. I'm just generally going to give this a good tidy up and just see how bad it is and where it is bad to begin with. Right, I've got this area cleaned up quite good. There's a few reasonably. See, that's not great in there, and two minds we gotta do something about that. But it's cleaned up not too bad. I've put my patch panel over the top, and that's basically where I could cut it to, which I think I am going to cut it to. It's just a big case of basically drilling out more spot welds and separating, so I'm going to get on with that. There is that bit all stripped out now, and I've cut it back up the top where it needs to be cut back. So now I have to go ahead and clean up the body cut. So my next job is to get all this bit stripped down and repaired and cleaned up and ready to go in the building. So I'll let you see it cleaned up, and then you see what repairs I've got to do. There I've given it a blast with a knot wheel. That side there doesn't look so bad. Obviously I'm going to have quite major repairs to do there. And I reckon the rest will just clean up. There's the underside. That's the major repair part. The underside's not actually too bad. The underside of this bit looks worse. So I'm going to clean it up with a finger sander, split all these spot welds and get it ready to go in the van, but I'm not going to bore you with all that, so I'll just show you when it's repaired. And as if by magic, there are all the repairs done. So I have been cleaning this area up in preparation for this bit going in. And when I've got down here and cleaned up this bit for these guys repaired, as you could see in the very corner, the main welded it. And I can't get in to clean that now properly. I've tried as much as I can. So I'm just going to try and weld it as it is. There is that bit welded. It's by no means neat, but it's better than nothing being there at all. Right, that is the underside, which has now had 2 coats of zinc primer, so left masking tape on the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off and get that in place to weld in. And a couple of coats of weld through around the edges now. Right, there that is, laid in place. The wing does shove in to meet it. The only place I could really get a clamp on is here, which is not much use to really anybody. So I'm just going to have to like tack it as I go, just like holding it in place by hand, which isn't ideal, but I've had to do it quite a lot, so I'm going to carry on with that. There that is, tacked in. As you see, I've got a hole there to do, but that was just when I was obviously cutting it out of the donor van. I'm so glad I actually done this because my wing was so far out, but this has got it exactly where it needed to be. So I'm a happy chappy, so I'm going to go ahead and weld that in now. Right, I'm going to stop the video here. I've got a banging sore head and Michelle's taking all the paracetamol out the car, so I'm going home. So I'll see you guys in the next one.